Okay, so first thing we will start frying the prawn shells in order to get the aroma of the prawn. So set your heat to medium heat. What will go in first will be 2 tablespoons of oil. Okay, make sure you get 1 scraper. Okay, so wait for the pot to heat up. Okay. While doing this at the same time, right, we are going to prepare the paste right after we prepare the broth. So we're going to roast the belacan in order to release the smell a little. So the belacan goes in another pot. Okay, when the pan is heated up, in goes the garlic and the prawn shells. Okay, everything can go high heat. Okay. It's able to be prepared within 15 minutes because you are able to use 2 pots and 2 pans at the same time. So we will fry till the prawn shells is orange in color. And on the other side, the belacan, we will cook it till the aroma is released. Okay, aroma of the prawns is releasing at the same time with the belacan. Okay, I can smell the aroma of the belacan now. So in it goes inside. Okay, the prawns are also done as well. So what will go in together with the prawns right now will be the water and the rest of the broth ingredients. So 3 liters goes in. Okay, 3 liters goes in. Together with the rest of the ingredients except the rock sugar. Okay, all goes in. Radish as well. Okay, just give it a quick stir. What we are going to do now is to cover it and let it cook rapidly and quickly. So pot goes closed. Okay, right now the broth is cooking, right? So we will put the belacan into the paste, give it a quick blend, and we will start frying the rampa as well. Okay, give it a quick stir, press down. Okay. So for the pan, we just have to make sure that it's hot. No oil is required. Why? Because there's already oil inside the laksa paste. Okay, so make sure the pan is hot. Okay, while waiting for this to cook up a little, right? Add in the rest of the ingredients into the food processor again and give it a quick blend. Okay, in it goes. Okay, give the broth a quick check. Okay, just a little bit more to blend. Okay, one last time, and it will be added together with that paste. Okay. Okay, so all the paste will go together in the pan. Okay, and it goes. And this will be on high heat. Okay, so now at the same time, both things are cooking, right? So we will do a quick cleanup over here. Chopping board will be for washing. Okay. Okay, just a quick check on the broth. Once it's boiling, we will be able to start adding the paste together with the broth after we strain this broth. So there will be 2 times straining. First, for the broth. Second time, after we add the paste in to remove the big lumps that are inside. Okay, so are there any questions that I can answer right now while waiting for this paste to cook a little? Okay. Okay, so there are a few comments. Sorry, but bear with me while I look for some of the questions that are inside. Okay, thank you very much for all the comments. If there are any questions that you have regarding ingredients of how to process it or what other ways that you can use to prepare laksa, feel free to add the comments in. Okay, aroma of the paste is coming out. It's a little spicy because I didn't remove the seeds of the chili. Okay. So most of the time for this dish, after it's prepared, you won't need extra seasoning such as salt. But for those who can't take much of spice, what I would recommend is to take out the seeds from the chili and then to add in a little bit of sugar or coconut milk, which is also stated inside the recipe. Okay, well, I can smell it now. Okay, it's releasing aroma. Normally, paste takes about 10 to 15 minutes to get the full flavor out. Whereas, if you want to speed up the process, you will go on high heat, cook it up within 5 minutes. Make sure it's as small piece as possible with minimal liquid so that you are able to cook it out. Okay, so now I can smell the spice going in right straight into my face. Okay, for the rampa, I will lower the heat to medium. Give a quick check on the broth. Wow. So right now it's boiling, right? Give it a quick taste to see if the flavor has already been fully released and whether it can be strained. Okay, well, the first thing which hits me is the aroma of the dried shrimp. Wow. Okay, so this cover. Okay, always do a quick clean. Okay. So there's a question whether rock sugar can be replaced with brown sugar, right? So for brown sugar, if you want to replace it with that, I would recommend removing it from the heat, right? And then add in at the last bit using the remaining heat that's from the cooking part. So you won't overburn it, or make sure that the brown sugar is really very aromatic in your broth itself. Okay, so right now the broth is ready. What will go in will be the rock sugar. So remove it from the heat. Give it a quick stir until the rock sugar is dissolved. Okay, when do you know that the rock sugar is dissolved? When you don't hear the clinging sound inside. Cling, clang, when the rock sugar is hitting the sides of the pot. Just a little bit more. Okay. For the rampart, it's also done as well. So remove it from the heat. Right now, I'm going to strain the broth. Okay, so for straining part, always make sure that the pot is away from you so that it doesn't splash onto you. Okay, all goes in. Okay, in it goes. And a second time. Okay, strain it all out. Okay, so you should get a very orangey stock broth. So the difference between stock and broth is stock is usually using meat or vegetable in it, whereas for broth, it's more flavorful. You add in ginger, you add in garlic, and other aromatics inside. Okay, for the paste, it's done as well. What will happen next will be the paste will go along with the broth, cook together while I blanch the rest of the ingredients and get ready for plating. Okay, so on the heat again. Okay, all goes in. At the same time, the ingredients will be here for blanching. So first rule, always make sure that your water is enough to cover the ingredients that you want to blanch. Okay, give it a quick stir. Okay. So the water is already heating up. Ingredients will go in straight, and then the final part will just be the plating. So always make sure that you're doing a few times concurrently. Make full use of the equipment that you have. Okay, in it goes. First will be the noodles that's going to blanch, because the noodles will be on the bottom of the pot. Okay. Okay. Okay, so right now we will get ready to strain this later on after we are done with the blanching as well. Okay. Water is beginning to boil. So noodle will go in. Okay. 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 So what we'll do next is to strain the broth while waiting for the ingredients to be blanched. So same thing, pot always away from you. Okay. Okay, the noodles are ready. So in it goes inside the bowl. What will be next will be the prawns. So the blanching process is very quick. We will cook till the prawn turns orange. Okay. Okay. So for this broth, later we will just scoop it right into the whole laksa noodle. Okay. So this is done. Okay, prawn is done as well. Next to go in will be the tofu puff and the fish cakes. Okay. Okay. And then the last thing to go in will be the bean sprouts. Okay. So just to sheave the ingredients around. Okay. And for the belacan, we'll be getting it on the side. Okay. Okay. Last to go in will be the laksa leaves. Okay. So this is how the laksa should be like, orangey. If you want it more red, definitely add in more chilies or use fresh red chilies. For the broth to be maximum flavor, cook it longer, low heat with the lid on. So this will be the laksa. Thank you very much for watching the Foodtastic how to make laksa with me, Ryan. So what you have to do next in order to stand a chance to win prizes is to like and share SAFRA Punggol Facebook page. But right before that, it's not over yet. Why? Because I still have to check whether there are questions. So in the meantime, please do like and share SAFRA Punggol Facebook page. Okay. Okay, so the last question was by Serena Yam. Can rock sugar be replaced by brown sugar? So for brown sugar, definitely you can use it inside the broth instead of rock sugar. Some people use cane sugar, white sugar as well. But the bits are different, right? So for the rock sugar, it's bigger in size, right? So when the broth is really removed from the heat, then you add in the brown sugar. Not when it's still on the heat, because you don't want to caramelize the brown sugar and cook it through fully. So remove it from the heat, then you can add in the brown sugar. However, there's only one thing to take note of. Brown sugar, it will be a little thicker flavor than rock sugar. Okay, so if there are any more questions, please feel free to just add on to the post. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and please like, share, and comment on SAFRA Punggol Facebook page in order to stand a chance to win prizes. Thank you.